We're here today because the government have repressed the actions that me and Zac have taken. So they will repress us, they will pamper us, we will spend time in prison, we will be arrested, we will be persecuted, we will have bad things happen to us. But you know what? Fucking who cares, because we're doing what's right. Like, the first time I got arrested, I never thought I'd get arrested in my life, but the first time I got arrested, I was in the back of that Garda van when you're getting swung around because there's no fucking safety belts in the back of them. And I was happy, and that sounds so ridiculous. Like, why would you be happy in the back of a Garda van on the way to, like, custody? Because I felt like I was doing enough for once. I didn't have to deal with the fact that we are in so many crises that we're so complicit in, and every act that we take, whether it's driving to work, where we work, what we're buying, everything that we're doing is causing harm to other people. And who wants to live in a system like that? Who wants to be aware that you are constantly harming other people just by living? We can't live like that anymore. I know I can't.
400,000 people are at acute risk of starvation in Madagascar because of climate crisis-induced drought. There's 1.2 million people additionally that are food insecure in Madagascar right now.
But the people who join Extinction Rebellion, the people who protest, the people who are on the streets, whatever cause it may be, those are my community. They are the people I want to be around, because they are the people who are living truthfully and actually having some courage and fighting up for what's right. That's what we all need to do. We all need to take to the streets. We all need to have a hard look at ourselves and say, what do I want to do? What am I willing to sacrifice? Because we are in a really, really bad situation.
Our government's promises ring empty. Per capita, Ireland has the EU's third highest emissions. We have the highest methane emissions per capita. Ireland produces the most plastic waste per capita. The state is the biggest transgressor of environmental law, and the European Commission has 15 open infringement cases against Ireland. For undermining my right to life and the right to life of my generation, the government takes fines or a slap on the wrist. Meanwhile, I was imprisoned for filming Orla throw removable paint at the front of the Department of Foreign Affairs. Orla spent 5 weeks in the prison.
Today I'm wearing my Docus t-shirt. These are the t-shirts that you get when you go to women's prison in Ireland, lovely pink colour. I think a lot about the women in the Docus. I spent 5 weeks inside in there, and you know, prison isn't what you expect it to be. You expect it to be a lot of bad people, and that's what you're told anyway, but I guess that's just another lie. And Docus is, very ironically, means hope, and that's another empty promise, because there's not much hope in the Docus Centre. And that was my experience anyway. It's a lot of vulnerable women who, when they needed help, they got punishment, and that wasn't right. I'm not saying that everyone inside there doesn't deserve to be there, but most of them, they needed help, they don't need punishment, and you don't get help in prison.
At the UN Security Council, Simon Coveney, the Minister for Foreign Affairs, promised Ireland would be a voice for women, young people, and the least developed countries. That same council was warned that the threat of the climate emergency is the greatest threat to international peace ever, and that the Security Council should recognise its vital role in tackling the climate crisis, a responsibility even greater than its duty for preventing a recurrence of the Second World War.
There's 4 things that we can do as an individual, and everything else that they tell you is bullshit. Recycling is great, but that's not going to save us. You need to adopt a plant-based diet, stop flying, get on the streets and start protesting, and continuously educate yourself. And beyond that, everything else they say is just empty promises. This is the year for change. The Dáil is coming back on the 15th of September. We're going to be outside there. There's a housing protest that we all need to attend at 5:30. Extinction Rebellion will be there protesting as well in the morning. We need to make our voices heard. We need to tell them that this is your first day back to school, lads. You've done a shit job and you need to come on, because this is the year that we have to change things, because if not now, when, and if not us, who?
It is time for organising and for action. The next few years will determine the future of humanity. Do not betray our last chance.